This tutorial will demonstrate how to work the transition section of the Arcoiris pattern from Johanna Huck, which is the 2026 Mystery Crochet-Along pattern from Expression Fiber Arts. The demonstration I'm going to do here is going from clue 1 to clue 2, so the transition at the beginning of clue 2, but the transition is actually used in multiple clues. So you can use the same instructions. I am using a thicker yarn and a larger hook than the pattern calls for to do this. I just wanted the visibility. All the stitches are the same. Where you place the stitches is all the same. I just wanted to be able to have it be more visible for you. So I hope that was accomplished here. There are timestamps in the video description if you want to jump to a very specific part of the pattern. You don't have to watch through the whole thing. You can just jump to the part that you need to watch and skip the rest. So let's go ahead and get started. If you haven't done so already, I do recommend marking your right side of your pattern. So when you finish clue 1 and work those double crochets all the way across, that is, you've worked across your right side. So you can just add a stitch marker or something like that. What I actually like to do is take a small piece of a contrast color yarn and go through a couple of legs of a stitch on the right side and just grab that yarn, pull it through those couple of legs. And I do 2 legs just so that I'm not accidentally pulling a leg out of the stitch and making it loose. So what'll happen is if you just kind of pull that through, you'll always see it on your right side, but you won't see it when you are on your wrong side. And so that'll just kind of help as a visual to have for where your right side and wrong side are. Okay, so to get started, we're going to, with our same color 1, chain 1, and then we're going to work 5 half double crochets. And so because this chain 1 is not counted as a stitch, so your first half double crochet does need to go in that very first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, oops. Try it again, 4 and 5. Then you're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 3 stitches, single crochet in the next stitch, and then you're just going to repeat this. So the pattern repeat, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 3, and single crochet in the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 3, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the next stitch. So it says to do this, you're just going to keep working that repeat all the way across until you have 5 stitches remaining. So when you have 5 stitches remaining, you're just going to work a half double crochet in each of the last 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that 5th one goes in the top of your stacked single crochet from the previous row. All right, so that's what you should have at the end of row 1A of the transition. So you should have 5 half double crochets on either end, and then these chain 5s with a single crochet at the end of each of the chain 5s. At this point, you're going to kind of pull a loop up and just stick a stitch marker around that loop. And pull your hook out, and you can pull that down so that it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, So to start row 1B, we're going to not turn. So we've just finished working across here. So instead of turning and working the other direction, what we're actually going to do is we're going to come back to the beginning of this row and we're going to attach our color 2 to this first stitch. So just insert your hook and then just drape your color 2 over the hook and pull it through. And then what I'm going to actually do is with my color 2 here, as I'm working the first few stitches, I'm actually going to work over the tail of my color 2 to just kind of lock it in. But you're going to start with a chain 1. And then again, that chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch. And we are going to work this first stitch into the stitch where we just attached our yarn. So half double crochet. So we're going to do 5 of them in a row. And again, I'm just going to work over my tail. So when I go through the stitch, I'm going to come under my tail. And then when I yarn over, I'm going to pull it over the tail, or, pull it back underneath the tail and work the stitch around it. Okay, so 5 half double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm just going to drop my tail out of the way. So that has it locked in pretty good. I'll probably, when I go back, I'll just, at the end, I'll probably just weave my tail the other direction. And then I can cut it. It'll be all locked in and good to go. Okay, so after that, the 5 half double crochets at the beginning of the row, you're going to work a single crochet in the first chain. So you're basically going to just work a single crochet in this chain space, but right next to those half double crochets right there. Then chain 3. And you're going to work a single crochet into the second of these 3 skip stitches that are down below this chain 5 here. So 1, 2 is the second one, is where we're going to make this single crochet. And when you do this, you're going to go into the stitch, and then you're going to bring the hook through that hole so that the chain 5 is behind your hook and the top of the stitch that you're working into is in front of your hook. Okay, so yarn over and pull through a loop, and then yarn over, pull through 2. So you're working this single crochet in front of that chain every single time. You want that push to the back when you do this. Then we start our pattern repeat, which is chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then single crochet in the second of these 3 skip stitches under the next chain 5. So 1, there's the second one. And again, I'm going to insert my hook and I'm going to make sure it's coming back out in front of that chain 5 in the color 1 and make my stitch. So just repeat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come over to that next space, find the second of those 3 skip stitches, and then just make sure your hook is coming in front of that chain 5 and you make the stitch. Chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come over to the next section. 1, there's my second skip stitch. Make your single crochet. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come over to the next section, find the second of the 3 skip stitches, and make your single crochet. Chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next section, second of those 3 skip stitches, and make a single crochet. And you're just going to continue to repeat this all the way until this very last space. Okay, so when you get to the end of your row, you do want to go ahead and make that single crochet in that next space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That last chain 5. Last single crochet goes under this final chain 5 here. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And if you recall, your row 1A ended with that chain 5, and then you single crocheted into the next stitch. So we're going to work a single crochet into this single crochet. You want to make sure that you're going onto so because we're working across the row in the same direction, the head of the stitch is actually to the right. So normally when you work back and forth, this is more like working in the round. So you're working into the head of the stitch that's going to be slightly to the right of the legs of the stitch. So make that single crochet. And then we're going to end with 5 half double crochets. So I'm going to work 4 of those, and then we're going to talk about this last one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this last half double crochet, we're actually going to make most of the half double crochet, but then the final yarn over pull through 3 is going to be with this loop that we have on the stitch marker. So yarn over the hook, insert it into the stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, but then you're going to take that stitch off of the stitch marker or put it on your needle and then take it off the stitch marker, okay? Drop your color 2. Now I would recommend going ahead and just making sure that all the stitches in your color 2 are snug before you do that, and then just kind of snug down your color 1 and pull that color 1 loop through all 3 of the color 2 loops. All right, so that's what you're going to do with that very last stitch at the end of row 1B. Okay, so at the end of row 1B, this is what you should have. You should have these color 2 chain stitches that are kind of popping to the front, and then if you roll it, you'll see the chain stitches from your color 1 are kind of to the back of those. Okay, so they're kind of flipping over to the back. That's what it should look like at the end of your row 1B. Okay, row 2A. Now, I want to kind of bring this to your attention. What you do is totally up to you. It's not indicated in the pattern what you should do, but I do want to make sure you understand. So your color 1 that we're going to be working with, we're supposed to start with a chain 1 and go. So your loop is all the way up here. Your tail is actually all the way down at the bottom of your row 1A stitch. Okay, so all the way down here at the bottom. So if you try to stitch this down, you're going to squish those rows at the end, and you don't want to do that. So you want to make sure that the stitch height is correct. So what I actually did when I did this is I brought my hook, I went under the head of row 1B, and then under the foot, back, come back out under the foot of row 1B and kind of under the head of row 1A. And I just kind of grabbed my tail and brought it up once and then up again so that it brought it up to row height. Okay. So what that did was it kind of made my chain 1 and brought the tail up without cinching those rows down. You don't have to do that. You can just work that chain 1 stitch with your tail where it is. You just need to be really, really careful that you're not squishing those rows down when you do it. So if you need to twist your yarns together a couple of times, your color 2 yarn is going to be a little bit higher, but not actually at the top of the stitch. Okay, so whatever you want to do to get your tail up here to make that chain 1, you're going to start with that chain 1 and turn. Okay, so I did that to avoid this big long loop at the side and to get that yarn all the way up. So I am going to go ahead and do it my way. So again, into and then back out underneath, and grab that and pull it all the way up here, and then grab it and pull through those 2 stitches. Okay, so that kind of creates my chain 1 and gets my tail up to the right height. So after you make your chain 1, however you do that, and turn, oops, we are then going to work row 2A. So we start with 5 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so after your 5 half double crochets, you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to single crochet in your chain 5 space that's in color 1. So this is this one here. So single crochet there. Then we're just going to work the pattern repeat, which is chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And single crochet in the chain 5 space. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet in the next chain 5 space. You're just going to do this all the way across. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet in the chain 5 space, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet in the chain 5 space, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet in the chain 5 space, and you can do this all the way until your last chain 5 space. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you are going to single crochet in that last chain 5 space. Then to finish out, you're going to do a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to work 6 half double crochets. So that first one is going into that single crochet in color 2. It's over here on the edge of the chain. And it may be rotated a little bit to the front, so you might have to twist your work towards you to see it. So we're going to do a half double crochet there, and then a half double crochet in each of these last 5. 1, whoops, 2, 3, 4, and then this last one is in that beginning stitch. All right, so you have the 6 half double crochets at the end. That first one goes in that single crochet, and then the last 5 go in each of the half double crochets. So again, we're not going to turn our work. What we're going to do is we're going to, technically you can drop your color one now. So I'm just going to grab a big loop, pull my ball through. All right. So at the end of row 2A, this is what you should have. You should have these color one chain sections that are kind of making webbing on the back, and then if you rotate forward, you should see the chain sections from your color 2 on the opposite side of the work. Okay, so to work row 2B, we're not turning, we're just going to come all the way back to the beginning of this same row, and we're going to grab our color 2 and we're going to work across again. So the same problem has occurred now with our color 2 tail, which is it's way down here at the bottom of our row 1B, and we need to get it up to work with row 2B. So I'm going to insert my hook into this first stitch, and I'm going to bring the yarn around the edge and up and grab it here, and then I'm going to make my chain 1. Okay, so what that's going to do is it's going to kind of bring that tail around the edge so that it's not long and just coming up on a loop on the outside edge. Okay, so it kind of wraps it around the fabric and locks it in. Again, totally up to you. If you want to just bring up that loop on the edge, you can do that. Okay, so with color 2, this is the complex row, but it's really not complex once you see what you're doing. So we're going to start with 5 half double crochets. So make sure that first one goes in that first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then chain 1, and we're going to single crochet in the chain 3 space from color 2 from row 1B. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come under this chain and over. So we have the color 1 chain going here, we have the color 1 chain going here, and we're going to come behind this color 1 chain and under this color 1 chain, and we're going to find that chain 3 right here. We're going to insert the hook under that, and then we're going to bring the hook back to the front with that chain 3 loop of color 2 coming through the fabric here. So we're just going to single crochet around that. Okay, and then we're going to start our pattern repeat, which is chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to come over here between our chains. So we've got our color 1 chain here, color 1 chain down here, so coming here and here, and we're going to find that color 2 chain that's peeking through, and we're going to insert the hook over this row 1A color 1 chain, grab our color 2 chain from behind there and come underneath this color 1 chain, and then do our yarn over and pull under that color 2 loop of chain stitches and work the single crochet around it. me show that again. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come over to the next section, so you can see the next section because you come past this single crochet in color 1, and you find this little window where you have the chain 5 in your color 2 that's kind of peeking through under the chain stitches in color 1. And go ahead and get your hook so that the chain is coming towards you, and then do the yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2. So we're kind of grabbing each chain through that window of the other chain. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come over to the next window. So find that single crochet and come past that, and then go behind our color 2 and bring it out between the color 1 chains and work a single crochet around it. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come over to the next set, find our color 2 chain and bring it between the color 1 chains and work a single crochet around it. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come over to the next set, find our color 2 chain, bring it between the color 1 chains and work a single crochet. And then we're going to work our chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come over to the next set, grab that color 2 chain between the color 1 chains and single crochet around it. And when you come here to the end, you're going to work your chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to grab this chain 3. So we're going to go over the bottom color 1 chain 3, and then behind the color 2 chain 3 and bring it out underneath that chain 5 from color 1 and single crochet there. Then chain 1, and you're just going to work a half double crochet in each of the last 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you don't get that 6th one. 5 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that is the end of row 2B. Okay, so from the front, again, remember this is the right side of our work. You've got these chains that are now kind of interlocked around each other. When this blocks out, it's really cool. It looks really neat. All right, and then row 3, we're just going to finish out this transition with row 3. Turn to the wrong side, and we're going to work that stacked single crochet. So insert the hook into the first stitch and yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2, and then go back in through the right leg of that stitch and yarn over and pull up a loop, and then yarn over, pull through 2. And then we're going to work 4 double crochets. So this does count as a stitch, so you want to make sure you're going into the second stitch to work these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this is where you just have to pay attention to the colors. We're going to work a double crochet in the chain 3 space in color 1. So that's this green space right here. So we're going to work a chain 3, or a double crochet in that. 1. Then we're going to work 2 double crochets in the next chain 5 space in color 2. So then our next 2 double crochets are going to come to this chain 5 back here. So 1, 2. And then we're going to get into a rhythm. So we're going to do 2 double crochets in the color 1 chain 5. So this is in the front. 1, 2, and then 2 double crochets in the chain 5 space in color 2. So we're going to come back to the back and do 2 double crochets back here. 1, 2. And we're just going to keep alternating. 2 in the front in the color 1. 1, 2. And then 2 in the back in the color 2. 1, 2. 2 in the front in color 1, 1, 2, 2 in the back in color 2, 1, 2, 2 in the front in color 1, 1, 2, 2 in the back in color 2, 1, 2, 2 in the front in color 1, 1, 2, 2 in the back in color 2, 1, 2, 2 in the front in color 1, 1, 2, 2 in the back in color 2, 1, 2. All right, so now that we've gotten all the way to the last chain 5 space in color 2, we got to finish up by working 1 double crochet in the chain 3 space in color 1. So that's this chain 3 space right here. Then 5 double crochets. So again, you want to kind of count from your end and make sure you're working in the very last 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. This is what it looks like on the front of the work. Again, you'll have all these places where the stitches, the chain stitches interlock between the 2 colors. You will be using this transition again, just with different colors. So you can use this video for that too if you need a refresher. This is what you're going to have on the back of your work. I just pulled the tail of my color 2 through here. So it's sitting to the back instead. And yeah, so that's how the transition works. And as usual, if you have any questions or need me to show something I didn't show or demonstrate in a different way, just let me know. I'm happy to do it. Otherwise, I'll see you for the next one. Thanks so much.